Well, good morning, everybody. There are more people in the cafe. They're going to straggle their way in here, I hope, soon. But for now, a couple of things that you need to be aware of this morning. A couple of great opportunities coming up. This week, Wednesday, we have a volunteer night at AYA. We've been trying to get there about once a month or so. If you would like to join that group, we still have some spots open. So sign up with the QR code that you see up here on the screen, or you can do it right through your Church Center app. That is this Wednesday, 5:30 to 7. So we'll be preparing a meal, doing some cleaning, doing some organizing, really whatever they tell us to do. So if you can do that, great. If you have questions, come talk to me or Chris about that. And then the other big thing of the summer, Create is coming in 2 weeks and 2 days. I'm holding on to those 2 days. 2 weeks, this building is going to be fun and creative and maybe a little loud, but there will be kids all over the place in different classes, creating different things, learning new skills, connecting with one another and with some adults. We could use a few more volunteers if you would like to do that. Thanks to those of you who have signed up to help. We have spaces at the registration table, or if you want to be a class helper, we have some spaces in there as well. So let me know if you would like to help out with that. We also have a new opportunity this year that I don't think any of you in this room know about. This is fun. Oh, one person knows about it. So we have a class that, for whatever reason, just didn't get very many kids signed up. So we decided to say, hey, adults, do you want to create class? Come on, I need more excitement. Come on, more. There we go. Wonderful. Alyssa and Becky are leading a mural painting class. They're going to paint a beautiful mural out here on the other side of this wall, full of love and welcome and inclusion and beauty. So if you would like to be a part of that, still sign up for Create. If you want to create t-shirt, then I'm just going to make you register and pay the fee and all of that. But so we're opening that up to adults. Let us know if you have questions, or let us know if you want to join. So that'll be really fun to have some adults in the space as well who are creating alongside all of the kids. Alyssa is very excited to shift from children to adults. That's how I'll summarize that statement. Oh, goodness. It'll be great fun. And then it'll be a beautiful symbol of welcome and love for years to come for everybody who walks into this building. So I hope you join us for that. And then today begins a 4-week-long series of groups. So if you have signed up for a group, great. If you haven't, that's okay too. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, we'll talk about it a little bit more, but we are in this space for the next 10 or 15 minutes, and then we'll split off to a bunch of different groups in different spaces in the building as a different way to connect with one another, to remind ourselves that God is present wherever we go and whatever we do, that God is always with us in all of those moments. So we'll split off into groups here in just a little bit. But first, we need to celebrate some things. We've been celebrating a lot of things lately, and it's super wonderful. Do you all know anybody who's still in school? Like for the summer? Nicole, teacher, Miss Krondyke, just went, no, thank goodness. School is out for the summer. Yay for all of us. Exactly. So new rhythms. But you know what that means for a lot of kids? That means they finished up one school building or one section of school, and they get to transition on to another. So we wanted to take a moment today to celebrate those kids who are transitioning into something new. All right. I'm going to put a caveat out there and apologize if I got any of this wrong. But I think these are our people. Julian, did you just graduate preschool? Yeah. Way to go, dude. Kindergarten next year? Young fives next year? Way to go. Do you want some Smarties? You want to come up here and get Smarties? I don't want to throw things at children. I feel like that's wrong. You will take them home? I love it. All right. Some of these kids are not here today. Francie DeBlay is not here, but she finished kindergarten. What a big year. And then we have a few that finished. Oh, did you finish 5th grade too? Oh, CJ, I forgot. Kindergarten. What did I say? I said 5th grade. No, not yet. Sorry, parents. Kindergarten, buddy. That's amazing. All right, now we have some 5th graders. Raise your hand if you just finished 5th grade. There's more in the room. No, there's not more in the room. Isaiah. Wait, why does your shirt say Isaiah? Oh, it does. Great job. Hey, congratulations on 5th grade. Micah, we'll get to you, I promise. Lucy DeBlay also finished 5th grade. Elsa, did you just? Nope, you're 8th grade. I'm getting so confused without the screen in front of me. Who's the other one? Emmy. Emmy DeGraff also finished 5th grade. So all of those kiddos are headed into middle school. So that's a big deal as well. All right, 8th grade. Now I can do it. Micah, congratulations on your 8th grade graduation. Ellie DeBlay is not here, but we'll send Candy with her. She what? She's on an East Coast trip because she's an 8th grade graduate now, and she's amazing. Will you bring this home with our love? Elsa. Congratulations. Nice try, Clarence. Nice try. Clara Ferenzi is not here, and TK graduated 8th grade, didn't he? He's also, what? I want an East Coast trip for 8th grade. Will you bring Candy home to TK and tell him we love him? You know, I'm just going to not reply to that, Mindy. That's what I'm doing. All right. To all of you kids, congratulations. Way to go. Way to finish well. And good luck with all that comes. We can't wait to hear what the next chapter in your education is. So we're here. We love you. We'll support you through all of it. All right? Okay. We're going to transition here, but Chris is going to do this next section, and he just walked away, so he'll be back in just a moment.
I did walk away. Not because I didn't want to be here, but so this is a group Sunday for us, and I'll say a couple things about that, and but we're also going to do a little activity. If you didn't notice, there's a few things around the room we'll get to. I first wanted to say, though, that we're 9 days into Pride Month. Kevin, I like your shirt. Way to represent this morning. And there was a time in my life, I'm not proud to say this, when I kind of wondered, why do we have Pride Month? And that I'm not proud to say that because that was a very privileged and just really not clued in sort of thing to say. What I've come to, of course, understand is that the reason we have things like Pride Month or Black History Month is because there have been groups of people in our country and in the church who have been excluded and discounted and worse. And it's critical that we elevate those people, that we recognize them, that we lift them up, that we celebrate them. And so I just wanted to acknowledge, I'm sure you're well aware, but we're in that month, and it is worth celebrating, and we are committed to doing that together as a community. So happy Pride Month, everyone. What I want to invite us to think about here for a few minutes is this effort to grow in our ability to see God in our lives. This is one of the reasons why we decided to do group Sundays. Because what we're trying to do when we break into these groups, and some of us are going to go and cook, and some of us are going to have a conversation, some of us are going to walk around the neighborhood. These things that are not church, right? We're not singing any hymns today. There's no sermon today. But these things are spaces where God can meet us. And it's so important for us to grow in our understanding and in our belief that God is with us always, everywhere, when we walk around the block, when we're in the kitchen, when we're talking with friends about things, that God is with us. So it's one of the reasons why we're doing that, these group Sundays. And it's also a reason why there are these newspapers around the room, a table up front here and then two in the back. I'm going to give you a few minutes here to wander around to one of those tables and to grab a section of it and to just page through it for a few moments. Because what we're, I think, inviting you to do is to be open to the possibility that something that you encounter here in the news is a space, an issue, it's something that God cares about and that God is with us in. And some of the things in these newspaper pages are really wonderful, and some of them are, of course, really difficult. God is with us in all of those things. So the next slide, Teresa, what I want to invite you to do is to take a few moments, go to a table, grab a section and a scissors, and take it back to your seat and just page through and find an article, something that strikes your attention, that grabs your attention, and cut it out. And then maybe take it with you this week. Let it be the thing that inspires your prayers in the days ahead. So you're going to find something in here. And you may say, well, Chris, the sports page is out here on all the tables. What in the world am I going to find in here? I don't know, you might be surprised. There might be a story about somebody. As I was flipping through, you're going to find advertisements everywhere. What do those advertisements say? How might they grab your attention? The comics are on one of these tables. I won't tell you which one, just one of them. The classified ads are in there. There are these things that may not seem important, or how do I connect to these things? I invite you to be open to how they might lead your mind and your heart to something that matters to you and that matters to God. So we'll do that, and then as you're looking through and as maybe you cut this thing out, I invite you to maybe think of praying in a couple of ways. One might be lament. Maybe the thing that you encounter in these pages is difficult. Sometimes it's important for us to name that. Lament would be a thing you could do. You could petition, and in other words, asking for what is needed. And you could discern, ask if maybe there's a way for you to respond to what you read about. So a few minutes here to wander around, to grab an article, to flip through, to cut out, to pray. And then I'll bring us back together in a few minutes. All right? So let's stand up, wander around. If you want to, of course, you can do this on your phone, open a news app and go at it that route, but we want to invite you to have this option as well this morning. Give you a few minutes to do that. consistently with the other iPad or with... You can mute that one too. How many of you have not had a newspaper in your hand for you don't remember when? Anybody? Yeah? It's been a bit, right? Where did we find these? Yeah. We pretty much emptied out Meijer this morning. Thanks, Teresa. Yep. They don't have many. They had one Sunday edition of the Grand Rapids Press, $8 now, which is why we didn't get you your own, and we split them up into small sections. Yeah. Yep. The world has changed, no doubt. But something nice maybe about getting this in your hands. Of course, feel free to keep flipping through here. Anybody want to share what caught their attention? You don't have to say anything more than the headline. Yeah, go ahead, Mars. Horse? That was the headline, horse? Gotcha. About horse riding. Oh, I love it. Great. Kevin?
So tired of our babies dying.
Oof. Went heavy there, yeah. So tired of our babies dying. What's the story about?
3 separate murders over the weekend.
Huh. Is this in Detroit or in Grand Rapids? In Grand Rapids. Wow. 3 teenagers dying over the weekend here in Grand Rapids. Yeah, Joan. Huh. Two different articles, but kind of both getting at the fragility of life and the way in which life unfolds in ways that we might not expect. Yeah. Yeah, Clarence. You say it again? Comics, you found the comics? Well done, sir. A little bit of joy, levity. That was always my favorite part when we found them. Yep. Sorry, my hearing's terrible. Oh, the Pride Flag, you found it, yeah. There was a whole USA Today, I broke it into a few different sections, but their whole lifestyle, this was multiple, 30 pages was on Pride Month. It was really cool. Maybe some of you found that too. Oh, yes, Julian. Okay, you already have some of these things at home. One of them, which I caught, was a lawnmower. Yes, okay, you already have a lawnmower. Good, get started early. Yeah, okay. You found a lot of things you love. Well done. Let me offer a collective prayer here, just for really what has been an act of prayer. I don't think I necessarily said that at the beginning, but you have certainly, if you've been around here, heard me say prayer is not always this. In fact, it maybe primarily isn't folded hands and closed eyes, although I invite you to do that in this moment if you'd like or not. But what we've done here is we've been engaging in prayer, in conversation with the world and with God. So let me just offer a prayer here a moment that is more what we might think of when we think of prayer. And just say, God, all of this, all these words spilled out on all of these pages contains the human story. It captures at least parts of our world at this moment. We know that you care about all of it. Give us your heart and give us wisdom to know how to respond, both in the things that bring joy and in the difficulties. And we ask this in Jesus' name. Amen. All right. Thanks for engaging in that. Again, feel free to take that with you. Take the whole section. Certainly take the comics home. Whoever, yeah, definitely don't let those go. So groups, here's where the groups are. If you want to practice silence, you stay in this room. We're going to be back here at 11:10. So by the time we get to our places, we're going to have about 40 minutes. 11:10 is when we'll meet back in this room for a quick kind of debrief and blessing. The walking group is meeting right outside the doors here. Bethany is leading that. Elementary, like 4th, 5th grade up, would, I think, be able to do the walking group. Discussion groups in the cafe over here. We're going to talk about a few different topics today. We'll see where the conversation takes us. The cooking group is in the basement, making food for AYA. Infants and toddlers meet in the nursery along with pre-K and first. Is that right, Teresa? So if you've got a little one or pre-K and first grader, head to the nursery, which is the room in the corner on that side of the building. All right. We'll be back here at 11:10. See you shortly. Let me also say, you all can leave, but if you're online and you want to join the discussion group, text me. I'm going to assume that anyone watching this has my number. I know who those folks are. And I will send you a link to Zoom, which is how we're connecting here today. All right, everybody, why don't we make our way back in here? Yeah. Make our way back in real quick. Do a quick little touch base here. CJ, what were you doing, buddy? Not going to tell me? Or keep it secret? You were with your mom doing what? Were you baking? Oh, in the nursery, yeah.
It's Daddy.
I love you too. I love you too. You're really great. You're really great. Yeah, you're really great.
I'm my
Hi,
favorite
Kevin.
Hi, Penny.
All right, folks, I'd love to just hear a thing or two about what you did or what you experienced, what your group talked about, what your group did, where it went. You get the idea. What's something from today that was fun or interesting to you? What'd you do? Talked about French fries. We sure did. Tackled the important issues of our day. Talked about favorite desserts. Also an important topic. And what was did you have a consensus or any rise to the top as, I mean, ice cream, of course, but brownie and ice cream is tough to beat it. I know. Okay. Okay. Yeah. All right. Very healthy group. I appreciate that. What else happened?
When you microwave a glass bowl for 12 minutes and then empty the rice out, the bowl remains hot for longer than 10 seconds.
You microwaved a bowl for 12 minutes. Ooh. Yes. So did anyone get injured?
No, I mean, it's just a slight little, it's
A
fine.
minor burn. First degree. It'll be okay. All right.
That was rice.
Yeah.
Yeah, water and rice.
Yeah, water and rice.
3 cups.
We should maybe have a little waiver that we make people fill out for that group, okay? But did you get to all the food? Did all the food get made? That's always the challenge of that group, is it's a lot to do, but nice. Okay. Anybody stay in the room want to talk about their silence experience? Just how silent it was? Wink, wink. I'm joking. Never mind. Okay, not funny. Good. Well, a reminder about the food piece. We're making that for the AYA Youth Collective. We're going there on Wednesday. I'm going. I think, Matt, maybe your family is signed up to go. Roger that. We would love to have a handful of people. We're bringing all the food that was made today, but then we're going to be making additional things on Wednesday night. I think dessert, and maybe something else too. And it's just like an hour and a half. So it's a pretty low commitment, but you get to see their facility and we get to hang out for a little bit. So that's Wednesday. Talk to Teresa or me, or go to the Church Center app, and all the info is there, and you can sign up there. All right. Any other experiences from this morning that you'd like to share? He wants you to tell Mom. Chalk and bubbles win. Animal crackers. The trifecta, really, right there. The holy trinity of young people. Oh, and of me too. Baby animals on your walk. Oh, okay. And baby ducks. Oh, baby ducks are the cutest. Did the fawns still have spots? Yeah. Yeah. Well, if you're a wildlife lover, know that that might be the group to do next week if you're looking for a little fix that way. I think next week we have the same groups. That's right. Glad we said that. Yeah, that's an important one because if you want to do that, you need to bring a bike. Yeah, we will not have a collection of bikes for you to choose from. So that is a challenge. We understand that. Yeah, we might be able to finagle one or two, but don't expect to come and find a whole slew of them. So that's instead of the walking group next week, biking, discussion group, cooking, and silence. We're doing these the remaining Sundays of June. Yes, this is a little different than in the past. Thank you. Yep, consecutive weeks instead of every other. Yep, good. Why don't we stand for a blessing here as we prepare to go into this week? Our discussion group that I got to be a part of talked about some very complex things in this world. And at the end of it, we landed in the place that you would probably hope and expect to land, but nonetheless, as human beings, we often don't, and that's the place of love. And so that's my blessing to you this week, that as you go into a very complex world, as you step into difficult and layered lives, that you would be people of love, that you would be mindful of God's love for you always, and then you would be able to give that love away. Be those people this week. Amen. Thanks for being here, everybody.
We still don't know where we are, but
Yeah,
we're going
yeah.
to be in California and New Mexico.